Good morning, everybody. I don't know why I always feel like this is so loud. I need to turn it down. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? Where are you from? If you are in, say hello, chat to me, ask me questions, chat to me about anything you like. I'm in Cape Town. If you're from overseas, I'm in Cape Town. What's the weather looking like today? It looks like we've got a beautiful sunshine day, but it's I'm just looking at my window from that side. But it is icy cold. It's been raining, so now that the sun is out, it's icy cold today. So what are we gonna do today? So I decided when I went to the baking shop, I I always go and see what's new with nozzles and stuff like that. And I found some of these new lovely Russian nozzles. I'm just trying to make sure you can see it. There we go, at an angle. They look pretty funky. These are definitely something that I'll probably use. So I want to try them out, see how they go and what we can do with them. It'll be pretty cool. I particularly like this one. It's just like a whole pretty flower. It's so much nicer than some of the other ones. And we'll see what these ones will do. I'm going to do those ones first because I'm going to do some fun colors with these. What did I say? I wanted to do this with a particular kind of two-tone. And then this one I want to do with the rainbow colors. So I'm going to mix some rainbow color, basically some nice bright rainbow colors. Maybe even do it as pastels or something, just to see, And then this one I'm possibly going to do as a two-tone. So this one as a two-tone, I'll do these both as two-tones, but different kind of two-tone. One with straight putting I have no words for today. Putting straight gel in, and this one mixing a color. But also when I'm done with those and we see what we're up to, I've actually got, so my husband, the lovely man that he is, when I started doing this baking business 5 years ago now, he went and bought me all these Russian nozzles. Like, he bought this massive pack. I think there were like 40 odd. There were a lot of duplicates, pretty much the same kind of nozzle. But so I use the rose a lot, the flower one, and I've got 3 different variations on that one. That one I've even done on, I think I've even got it on as a YouTube live somewhere on my videos, which you can watch, I think. Oh God, if I don't, I will make a recording of it. But all these nozzles, I never use. And to be honest, I've never tried them, and I don't know what they can do. So, this one I've used, sort of, and that one, because those two are a bit like a flower. So you'll get a different kind of flower from them, as opposed to like the rose or whatever. So you can get a different flower. These are also sort of like flowers, those. So I know that those, the reason why I've kept them is because I can do like their variations on flowers. Okay, so sun's out, guns out. You funny. Oh, where did my chat go? Because I only saw that on my phone. Okay, and then I've used these two very much like the grass nozzle. very much like this little nozzle, which I use for grass. So when I'm doing grass and that, I use this one. These very much give the same effect. These two have got stars, but you don't see the stars. It doesn't come out very distinct at all. So these two are pretty much the same size, even though this is circles and these are stars. I pretty much, yeah. I use these, like when I do a monster cake, I'll use these ones. They work really, really well, as you know, for the fur and stuff on a monster cake. So, but it really is 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, whether it's got a star or a circle, because you just don't see the pattern at all. And then this one's a big star, but again, I've never really used it. I have no use for it. That's not my point. There's so many things I actually honestly don't seem to have a use for these things. So a lot of these nozzles I don't use at all. Haven't used this one before either. And these I have definitely never used, ever. I have no idea what we'll get out of them. So because I know that these, I've used these at least once, and I know they give me flowers, I'm going to put those ones away, and I know what I get with these ones, so I'll put those ones away. I might test these ones out to see what happens with them, because I'm not sure what will. And I think so. As you can see, I've got duplicates. There's 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those. The difference is that one's got a smooth edge, that one's got a jagged edge, and it basically the same story. These are all smooth, those are all jagged, same style. So I think I want to test them out because I want to see what they do, because honestly, if I actually have no use for them, there's no point in me actually keeping them. I mean, yeah, I keep them for my child to play with, but she'll like go, oh, what's this? So I'm not going to use the jagged edge. I think it's not really going to make much of a difference. So I'm going to put those ones out. So along with these, when I'm done with this, testing what these are going to look like, I actually would like to test these ones out and see what do they do and what kind of pattern we get out of them. And actually if they're even worthwhile even having, because yeah, I mean, they've come out with 1,000,001 different styles, but there's really no real point in going and buying these. I mean, they look funky, but if they don't really give you something that you can use, what's the point of buying them? It's a waste of money. But like I said, I only have it because my husband bought me this massive 40 pack. There were 40 nozzles in there. I have seen one that's a little shoe. It's like a little stiletto. It's really funky, but I've never been requested to do something like that, so I won't necessarily go out and buy something like that. So yeah, I mean, people tend to want to see these kind of styles as well. I mean, it's what will end up being pretty and popular. But let's see what these ones do as well, so that you can make an informed decision. If you maybe, I mean, for all you know, you see it and you go, oh, but I actually can use that for something, and you'll be able to then go and, you know, buy one of these styles if you want. Some of the baking, so I know, like, you can get cheaper versions of these from all the China stores and stuff like that, but they come in packs as well. But I mean, I think there's packs of like 12 or something like that. But if you go to the baking shops, you get the proper solid. These ones are solid. They're not going to bend or anything like that. So you must be careful when you buy it. Just on a side note, when you're getting nozzles, make sure that you buy decent nozzles. So it's all very well. I just want to show you. Now I'm really going on a side note. I have one. I have one that I don't use often and possibly should get rid of. Actually, I never use it, so I probably should throw it away. This is a cheapie. Can you see how it's bent out of shape? This is not even trying. But all my other nozzles are solid. You cannot bend them at all. So just make sure that even if you do buy from like the cheaper places like China malls and stuff like that, just make sure that there are these solid, nice ones, because this is a waste of money when they do this and it's all bent out of shape. Okay, so just in 20 minutes, I'm just gonna take a quick break because my daughter is at home not feeling well and she's doing online schooling, and I just will need to connect her up to her lesson for today, but which will be quick. So I'll in 20 minutes. But in the meantime, let's I'm so stoked. I have this mat. I was just speaking to my husband yesterday saying I need to buy one of these mats. It's a thick mat and it's so awesome, and what it's doing is actually absorbing the reflection because it's a mat. So it's actually, my lighting is so much better as well because I've put a different light up above me as well. So I'm hoping that you guys can, from what I can see on the TV, because I have it playing back on the TV so I can make sure everything is looking great, and it's looking hugely better. I'm actually so stoked with the lighting and the mat. The mat is helping the reflection, so that's pretty cool. But it was so funny because I said to my husband, I'm actually needing to go and buy one of these mats, these hard mats or whatever, and then funny enough, then a friend contacted me and said, oh, she has one, do I want it? I can have it. I was like, yay. Okay, so I'm not going to use any cupcakes or anything like that. You know, that's what I do. You know, when we're practicing and testing out things, there's no reason why we should be, you know, baking, unless you really want to. I mean, you, by all means, go bake 24 cupcakes and eat them to yourself. I have no need to bake. I have orders for this week, but no baking orders. I have all toppers orders. So, there's no need for me to bake this week. And obviously when I'm testing out like this, I never bake. I like to use my baking paper, and I test out that way. That way you can reuse your icing so you don't waste. Yeah, like, I mean, except for, you know, like I always turn my, like now I'm going to be using a whole mix of different colors, and when I'm done, I'll pop it in the deep freeze and use it at another time for to make chocolate buttercream out of it, so that it doesn't go to waste. I don't like wasting. So I'm actually going to use a big sheet, and we're just gonna cover this with a whole bunch of different nozzle techniques. I want to see if we can make it look really pretty. I'm actually just going to, I was meant to get sellotape. I'll go get it now. So I'm gonna stick it down to my mat, because the reason why I'm gonna stick it down to my mat is so that obviously when I'm pressing down on this, it's not gonna lift. So I'm just gonna stick it down. I'm always so ready for my live until I have to actually start doing something, and then I realize that, oh, I forgot to get the sellotape. Okay, and then obviously I'm going to mix a few different colors and stuff like that, so I'm going to just do that like that, so that when we're working with it, we can, oh, is it going to stick? It just needs to stick enough so that, you know, when you're working with it, it's not lifting, or else it makes it incredibly difficult. Okay, I've already made buttercream, and I've got some pink, and I've got some green, and I've got some orange, or mixed orange and red, because I was recording yesterday doing the flower cup, my different flower variations, which is something that's going to become a regular thing. So I have buttercream, but I've also got some plain buttercream so that we can mix some colors. Okay, what are we going to try first? So I think I'm going to try out with I'm going to mix some rainbow colors, I think, because then we can decide what colors we're going to use going forward with all these other fancy nozzles that we have. Okay. I think, well, I already got blue, so I'm not going to mix blue again. And I've got pink, which I will add to and change it to a better color pink, a nice bright one. And I've already got like a really orange. It looks kind of red, but it's actually orange. And then, yeah, so we've got 3 colors, so we need another 3. So we're looking at a nice bright green, a yellow, and a purple. Okay, so let's make those 3 different colors. And then whatever left over we'll use to test out all these other nozzles. Okay, so I'm just going to split some. So I, like always, these nozzles require quite a bit of buttercream to work with. You need a lot of, needs to be firm in your hand and enough for you to squeeze through. You can't put it just a little bit. You're never going to get your pattern or anything like that. So it's best to just kind of make a whole lot. I'm going to just, so I'm going to land up bulking this up because I want to add pink to that one. So I'm going to land up bulking this up because I need to add ice. I need to add ice and sugar to it because it needs to be a certain consistency. So if you haven't seen one of my lives where I'm talking about these nozzles, where you need a certain consistency, because otherwise they don't work very well. So they can't be this for all these Russian nozzles. You need quite a firm, dry kind of consistency, which is yeah, for all of them. Otherwise, if it's too soft, your pattern actually doesn't come out very nicely. So it needs to be quite firm and stiff and like quite dryish. So it's super cold here, so my icing looks right, but I know it's not, because as I start working with it, it's going to just start melting. So I'm going to just add to it, mix it up. It's only like this because of the weather, because it's super cold. Let's see, should I? Just going to move the camera a bit, just a little bit up. Oh. Just so that I can work closer to myself. And now, is that better? I want you to be able to see better, but yeah. Okay. Right. So this is you'll see is quite wet once I start mixing it up. It seems hard because it's cold, but it's not actually. So once I mix it up, you can see now it's quite a soft consistency. And how we know is when a lot of icing comes off on my fingers. Okay, so let's make this. I'm going to use white. No, let's just somewhere go all colors. All colors of the rainbow. My child will say it's rainbow day. I do everything rainbow. And then we can just mix and match the colors as we feel. We'll just go bright colors. So you can see it's quite wet, it's stuck to my finger like that. So I'm going to add icing sugar so that it doesn't do that. I am just going to work on here because I don't want to mess. And also what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing it all with cling wrap to make it life easier for me. Okay, so you can see now once I've mixed it that it's barely sticking to my finger. That is the consistency you want. Okay, let's just cover it because I don't want it drying out, and then I'm just going in the so this one's quite. So the reason why I'm going to do most of what I'm doing with cling wrap is because I'm being lazy. I'm just going to chop and change. If there's still some icing in a piping bag, I'm just going to put a new nozzle and pop it in there. Because really I'm just trying to look to see what the patterns are. Although I do with these particular three, I want to see what we can do with that makes it look really nice and pretty. The others, not too stressed. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to quickly pop to sort my child out. I'll be 2 minutes. And I'll be back. it. Okay, right, I'm back and I think she's sorted. Oh, that was clever. I have a glass of water for myself. And I have a jar of hot water for my knives. And I've just put my knife in my normal glass of water. Okay, let's get this party started. I think what I might do is I'm actually going to pipe these colors onto the I'm going to pipe it rather, because then I can get it nice and even, which means that I will need some extra piping bags. So normally I cheat and I put just, you know, I do it with a knife. Okay, so that's, most of it is looking good and the consistency that we need. Right, and then we need some pink and purple and green, and a nice green. I have green, but I have, oh, this is not going to be big enough. Let's just use a bigger. I have green, but it's a forest green, and I don't really want to use the forest green. And I'm going to change the pink of this because I feel like it's not bright enough. It's kind of dull and boring. Make it a nice bright pink. You can see this one's quite wet, so we're going to have to add quite a bit. Obviously try not to mess so much. Oh, I've just realized Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my daughter wasn't connecting properly to be able to speak to her teacher. So, oh, this one is now a little too thick. Just a little. So I'm just going to add, probably going to add too much milk, and then I'm going to have to start all over again. Really not a lot. Just enough to get it a little bit. It was too, sometimes we don't win. Okay. Now it's going to be too runny. Not thick enough, too thick. Okay, when you can't move it around, okay, no, that's perfect actually. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Just put that there. And we'll do some purple. Obviously it can't be so thick that you can't actually maneuver the icing, because then also it won't actually stick down because now it's too dry. So just be careful of that. And obviously with it being cold, it's not as soft as it would be if, say, in summer, because in summer I'd be adding way more icing to try and get it to the consistency that I needed. Okay, that's that color, and then we'll do one more color. We'll do nice bright green. And obviously each one of these colors I've got, it doesn't look like I've got a lot, but when you actually start putting them together in your piping bag, it will add up, especially with rainbow. Isn't that nice bright green? My favorite green out of all the colors that you can get for baking. Because this one green, it's called electric green, and I can change this green to any other kind of green that I want. That's why I love it. So such a bright, beautiful green. Looks like Slimer green, or the Grinch green. But yeah, make it a dark green, a forest green, by adding other colors and other greens to it. Okay, let's put one at a time as opposed to 2 or 3. Okay, that's a bit wet. Oh no, man. Clearly put too much milk in that one. Okay, but I think this is it. Okay, so that's that. So just fold my mess up, that way this stays nice and clean. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to use some, I'm going to get a mound of piping bags that I have. If you're a baker, I'm pretty sure you're in the same situation where you've got like this huge mound of piping bags of various sizes that all fit different nozzles. I just want to, I'm looking for the smaller ones, which I think I have utilized yesterday. Those ones are all big. Okay, so I've got 2 and I need 6 colors. There's the third one. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, those are a bit big. Okay, I have to do. We shall have to do that. We've got another one over there. I don't. You don't want these too wide, because obviously it's going to defeat the purpose of what you're trying to do with the rainbow. Because I could easily do it with a knife, but then I get it super thick. You know, like the patterns. I want them to all the lines to be all pretty much the same. I don't want them different. Okay, so my bags get washed. Just trying to take the water out. What happens is if it's not dry, the water speckles once your icing starts to dry, you'll start getting like these white speckles on your buttercream. So, you know, when your buttercream starts drying out. Okay, this one I'm going to cut because it's not wide enough. Same with that one and this one. So when I use my when I open up a new bag of just for useless information, when I open up a new bag, a new piping bag, I start out with a small tip, and I use that. And then when it's looking a bit ragged, I then cut it off and then start using it for my smaller nozzles. And then when somehow it lands up, because I've poked it with a nozzle or something, I then cut it some more with a bigger nozzle. What's wrong? Come here. Come here. So I'm just going to put this all in here so that I can pipe my colors. So I'm actually going to put all the yellow, each one of the colors in these bags, and then I'll just use them as I need them. Okay, one color down. Sorry guys, I'm being interrupted between my child and the dog. What, baby? What's wrong? I'm leaving my 6-year-old to her own devices on how to use Zoom. So it's something else. The joys of the way our living is these days. The way we live. Okay. Online schooling. Pink in there, purple next. So as you can see, I'm working my way through each color from yellow right through to other colors, because that way, as you can see, I'm not having to keep cleaning my knife. Because the colors blend into each other and make them. Yellow won't affect red or orange. Orange won't affect pink. Pink won't affect purple. I keep saying I'm going to do a live on how to mix different colors. I think that is something I should do quite soon, actually. Soonish. How you can use just 6 colors and mix a multitude of different colors with just 6 colors. This purple might just change color, so I'm going to just clean it. And then I need one more bag. One more bag for the green. See, this is also what happens when I decide on what I should do while I'm on stream. Like, I have the gist of what I'm going to do, and then I originally I wasn't going to pipe it. Now I've decided to pipe it. That's what happens. Okay, I need another bag that's not too wide. I wonder if this one will work. Okay, yeah, this one will work. Okay, so now we've got 6 beautiful colors. We're going to do the rainbow. Actually, maybe I should record this little bit, which I think I'm going to do. I'm just going to hit record when I do this, because it will make a fun short video, 5-minute video for content, you know, so that you don't have to watch a long live stream rerun. Okay. So at the moment, I've decided to only stream Wednesdays and Fridays, because it seems like those are the days that people have time to watch, and also at the moment I need time to catch up on I just want to, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my camera off and switch my logo off, so that so you can see more video. Okay, and then I'm just going to quickly go wash my hands, and then I'll be back. I'll be very quick. Let's switch that one off, and that one, so that you've got a full screen. Let's get this party started. Okay, I'm going to start recording so that we can have this as a record, which will be awesome. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use some cling wrap, right, because we're going to make rainbow colors. So you don't need to have a very big piece of cling wrap. You just need like a squarish piece. So I've cut it almost the same as the width. Okay, so then we're going to go, this is why I want to pipe it, because we'll get it nice and even. Okay, so we're going to pipe yellow. Got it? I'm just going to make a double because this particular one is not piece is a small one. Yellow, orange, okay, maybe just do 3 on all of them because then it will work out fine. Yellow, pink. So what I'm doing here, you can do with any colors. If you want to do a mix of more than one color, you can also just do one color if you just don't want to clean your bags, which is something I should do because it's quite a thing to be cleaning a multitude of bags from buttercream, and they become incredibly oily. And the only way to clean them really nicely is with super hot water and soap. Okay, blue. So this is going to give us a beautiful rainbow. Okay. See, now this is the reason why I'm piping it. That if I was using a knife, I would be using excess icing. That's not necessary. This nozzle's a bit wide, so I'm only gonna do 2. Okay, and then we're gonna fold it up to match each other. We're gonna have a nice little sausage that we can roll up and spin around. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to find a nozzle packet that fits my big nozzle. And I actually think I've now got some that are too big. Let's see. Okay. That one's too narrow, so we're just going to pop it up. Okay, and then we're going to cut that piece off, and then is this the one that this is the one we want to do it in rainbow. Okay. And then we're going to pop it in here, so we're going to have a beautiful rainbow coming out of this. I hope. Right, so that's what we got it looking like. How beautiful is that? I'm just trying to see with the angle. So pretty. Okay, so what we're going to do, same like all the Russian nozzles, you're going to have to, you're going to base it. So you're going to squeeze and let it base a bit and then pull up. Now, I don't know if I should zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in.
I need a piece of paper and something to write with.
Well, you know where your paper is and where and your pens. Okay, I'm going to actually zoom in so that you can see better. Because, yeah, that's a little bit. So let's zoom in and then I'm going to work over here so that you can see it better. Hopefully it's gonna work. The zooming in. Okay, let's try that again. You see now, this is the whole point. It looks fantastic. It looks brilliant like that. But it's not necessarily gonna work. And my consistency of it is pretty much what we need. So it's coming out with a, it's not looking like the pattern that it is. That's my thing. But it's still pretty nice. It's looking more like, yeah, basically just like a star. Let's just see. I'm going to try and hold it flat. So yeah, we're getting more of like a star pattern than anything else. I wonder if I can do a little. No, that makes no difference. Okay. I thought if we twist it a bit, you could, I suppose. Let's see if we twist it a bit. So that does give it a bit of a, that to me looks so much nicer than just a straight one. But basically it's the pattern that it is, it's not coming out the pattern that it is. That's disappointing. I'm a little disappointed because I expected. You see, this is the thing with these nozzles, is that the pattern looks fantastic on the nozzle until you try it. Wait, I know what's happening here. Let me see. So what's happening? Let's just see. Let me see if that's the problem. So what's happening, I've just noticed, is that the cling wrap is pushing through in the nozzle, so it's kind of affecting the nozzle. Let's see if that works. Let's see what happens there. So part of it is not getting pushed out. So we're going to try that bit. Let's see if that works now. Just hold it down flat. So yeah, there we go. That's more of a perfect one. Okay, so that's something that you need to kind of do. So what I didn't realize is that the cling wrap was pushing through the nozzle. So you need to just make sure, so obviously with this, I normally don't have a problem like that. But obviously because this is taking up quite a bit on here, it must be, I just needed to move that cling wrap a bit. So, but there we go. It's coming through nicely like that now. Okay, so I think you could base it and as you turn, now that looks pretty cool. So it is a nice nozzle. It's definitely a nozzle that can be used for something fun. So instead of doing the good old round blob or something like that, you know, especially if you're needing to do rainbow cupcakes or this would so work like if you were doing a plain cake where it's got bits of icing that goes all the way around. So instead of using the usual nozzles, you can just use this, which will also come out quite nicely, and then maybe put like a pearl or something in the center. That'll work nicely. But this looks pretty cool though. Now I'm happy. I think it was just that I just want to see. No, so that's not going to work. Oh, my hands are making, so my hands are heating up the nozzle. But you see, you can do different variations on it. And I'm going to run out of icing. No, I like that. That is definitely it's yeah. So it's not a flower, but you can have different variations instead of using the usual nozzles. The star, it's basically a variation on the star nozzle, really. And you know, you can do something like that on your cake where it's, you know, round all the way around, and you do it one after the other. This is what I'm talking about, that you need a lot of icing in your bag, because now I can't really work with that. It's not enough. I can just about squeeze.
Oh, my goodness.
What's wrong? What? Why are you not listening to teacher? What is she asking you? What do you need there? There's nothing there that you need. Oh, okay,
It's
go.
right under there.
Okay, go listen to your lesson, please. Okay, so that's that nozzle. So what are we going to do? So then my idea was to then try and do, I think these are too wide. I'm possibly going to need to go and get another nozzle pack. Let's just see. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. The flower. No. I'm going to land up cutting. Okay. I'm going to land up throwing all those bags away because the cuts are too big. Okay, you don't want it to go all the way to here. We need it to be quite firm in here. Okay, so what we're going to do for the next one is let's just stop here. I'm just going to zoom out again so that you can see a little bit better. Or should I? No. Do you need me to zoom out? No, I'm not going to zoom out again. I'm just going to leave it there. Okay, so then I'm going to do another. No, I'm not going to do it with that. Hey, no. So what I'm going to do, let's do a pink with a purple like streak to it. So I'm just going to use my chopstick. I'm going to get purple. So I'm going to open up my purple bottle and I'm going to pop this in here. You can use, normally I'd use a skewer, and then I'm going to do it. Oh, I don't know actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to make something fun, and I'm just going to hold on. I want for you to see, and I'm just going to do that. I'm going to see what it does because I can. Because I can. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little bit more. Maybe not. Let's do a little bit more. So we're going to put it in there, and I'm just going to mess with it a bit. This is going to give us a whole different kind of two-tone. Okay, and then I'm going to squeeze some pink down there. So I'm just taking my pink piping bag and I'm just going to squeeze it in. And obviously because it's one of these nozzles, I need to fill it up quite a bit. So I'm just squeezing it in. Okay. And then we're going to push it down. And then we're going to see what are we going to get next. Okay, I'm going to actually move this along so that we can utilize another section of the... Okay. So, same technique, we're going to squeeze it through again. So we're going to squeeze it through. This one's really pretty. So same thing, we're going to just squeeze it a bit and let it base before we start lifting up. Look at that. Now this one is pretty. I want to move it so that you can see it in the center here. Okay, so obviously because we're waiting, now we'll squeeze it until we start getting the second color. So this is just like all the other flower nozzles. Oh, I don't have enough icing in here. And again, you can pull it up long, or you can, I suppose, push it down. Here we go. That one's come out nicely. That particular one. So, and this is exactly why I say you need to kind of put you need to be able to work and squeeze nicely. So this flower is coming out very much like a star flower. Oh, okay. So that's when you squeeze a lot and too much. Okay. So it's all these nozzles are just practice, 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 practice. So I'm going to. Am I going to lift it up so that you can see? No. Lift it up so that you can see it better. So that's there is one that's come out absolutely perfect, which is that one. Let's move it in, which is that one. It's come out really perfectly. You can even see the little hole that's in the center. Okay, so then I'm going to use my cling wrap. The two-tone like that didn't work out as nicely as I would hope. So that kind of thing would have worked really nicely if it was like a petal where it's got a thin edge. So I'm just going to do what? So this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do blue. No, let's do orange. I'm going to do orange and yellow. So I'm going to put, so the idea with this is, that you're going to basically have a flat rectangular kind of effort. Okay. And then you're going to have a center. I just want to make sure I've got enough on the sides. So this really doesn't matter that it's messy like this. It doesn't need to be smooth or anything. And then I'm going to put a little bit of yellow down the center. But I don't actually want to make the yellow too much. So I'm just going to put a little bit down. Okay, and then we're going to roll it up and join the two edges so that you'll see here, let's just twist that. So what you'll get, I'm going to cut that bit off. So what you're going to get is that in the center is a little bit of yellow. Okay. It will squeeze through nicely just now. I just want to make sure that this is open because this is not normally a problem. Okay, and then we're going to utilize this one. It's beautiful. The rainbow always makes everything look really awesome. I'm gonna lie, I have used this one. Well, actually, I didn't use it, my daughter did. My daughter used this one and she did it with rainbow colors and it came out stunning. Goodness me. Excuse me. Oh, the joys of being live. Being interrupted a million times. Okay, so then I'm going to move this one over. And we're going to check out what this one's going to do. Okay, so that's what that's looking like. Okay. I have a feeling that this one's going to look pretty cool. I hope. Yet another star. So basically, so because this is quite wide, it's a lot wider. So it's giving you a different style star. So obviously the higher you pull it, okay. So that's just different variations. Oops. So these are basically just, this is a flower. This is a flower kind of thing, but I would use these more, not as like the roses and the flowers and all that. I would just use them more as like swirls and stuff like that on a cake. Like, I mean, this looks so cool in the multicolor and in the rainbow color, and I know that this looks absolutely amazing in the rainbow as well, because my daughter, she used my nozzle before I did, and it came out really, really pretty. So that, I think, has come out rather nicely. This has worked out, this one's definitely worked out nicely. With that little bit in the center, it looks nice. I think as plain wouldn't look so much. I think it would also look very nice as a rainbow. So all of these would come out beautiful as a rainbow, I think. Definitely. And then yeah. Okay, so let's move on to seeing what some of these other nozzles will do that I have never used. I've got plenty icing to try and do different things with it. So what I'm going to do is, because I've got color here, I'm going to actually just pipe it I just don't have pink. I'm run out of pink. So I'm just going to make a whole bunch of rainbow because the rainbow just looks really cool and makes it look really nice. So I'm just going to make some more rainbow color. And I'm just going to do them willy-nilly, however I feel. Just because, so that we can see all the different, I think when you do it rainbow, you actually just get such a nice effect that you can see different things happening. I don't have pink, so there won't be any pink, but there will be purple. And blue and green. So we've got sort of a rainbow. Still lots of colors. Okay. Just when you're piping it, it just gives it a little bit more even color as opposed to it not. Okay, so which one should we use? Oh, we weren't going to use those ones, hey? We were going to use these. We were going to use the plain ones. So I'm going to use that one for now. I'm going to see. So let's have a look. How many do we have? Okay. So I'm going to try that nozzle and see what it does. See what happens. Who knows? That's my bag is inside out. Okay. Pop that round. All these Russian nozzles are actually just really, really nice to be able to just have a variation on your cupcakes, really. Just do different things with your cupcakes. So not the same old, you know. Okay. So I have no idea what we're going to get with this, and I don't actually understand what the purpose of this one is. How we're going to use it, I don't know. Okay, let me do it here. So what's the purpose of that? Can anyone tell me? If you've been watching, and if you do land up watching the rerun, can you explain to me why, like, I feel like if it was a full circle, it might be a better option, but I'm confused. Why would I don't even have a purpose for that. So I just think it's funny. So then basically I'm just going to pull that out and I'm going to pop this one out. This is why I laugh at these things, because some of these things for me is just, there's no point to some of who designed these things. Who designed them? I don't know who designed them. I have no clue. Let's see this one. Okay, like, I don't know, it's like a half circle. and for at what point would you ever need a half circle? What would you do with it? Maybe we could, no, because I can't even interlace it, because, yeah, I mean, I'm going to interfere with the previous one. So again, it's a nozzle that I feel that's actually a waste of time. I don't know if you think the same. Comment. Let me know if you feel the same. Like, I think those are absolutely useless. When you have these kind of nozzles, what's the point of that? Okay, let's pop that one out. So this is the great thing about the cling wrap, is that I'm able to pull this out every time. It's not what you would normally do. And then just pop it back in. It's the next one. It's just what I'm doing for today. It's not something I would normally do. So this one is the star one. And I'm not sure if we're going to see an actual star. This disappoints me because I don't understand. That's as probably as good as it's gonna get, and that's squeezing heavily so that the bottom. So that is actually quite nice, but that is like if I'm squeezing heavily so that the bottom forms like a bell at the bottom. I am disappointed. So yeah, so this one's possibly gonna, I do not see a star. There's no star here at all. There's no star, but the shape that it's creating is quite nice. So that might be one that I possibly might actually keep and do if we make it where you fill the bottom and then you pull it up. That it's nice. It's nice. It looks nice. It's not great. It's definitely not that. Yeah, it's definitely not that. That's for sure. Let's see what this half moon does. Like, I don't know. And I feel like the variation on them with the slight jagger is really not going to make much of a difference. Let's go around here. And with all these nozzles, it's the same technique. No, it's the same issue as the half circle. Oh, for me, it's a waste of time. I don't know. You see, this is exactly why I've never used them. Like that one, I'm definitely possibly going to put aside for let's try and use it sometime. Because yeah, so it looks nice and it's giving it quite a different kind of thing and a different kind of look. But this is absolutely freaking useless. I would love to know your opinion. So leave a comment and or chat to me so that I can have this discussion with you. Okay, I think this is going to do something. So possibly this is also going to be one that I'll land up definitely keeping. I think I'm going to run out because it's not enough for me to work with. But there really is only one more that I'm going to do. Okay, so let's squeeze that one. So, so isn't that funny? So this one is giving me the same. So this one is giving me the same effect as that one. The only difference is that it's got a triangle in the middle. So it's actually the same effect. It's not any different, these two. They're the same. The ordinary person wouldn't know the difference between the two. That's for sure. That's and then obviously like should we just take this out? Sorry, I'm gonna switch the camera back on and then you can see me. You can see my face going, oh my god, how Are we wasting? This is how we land up wasting money, you know. So I'm gonna just use this last bit of rainbow in here to see what will happen, because this is really the last one. I don't honestly believe that there's going to be a difference in pattern here. So what would be the purpose of that? Look at that. Why? What do you need? Not even getting a proper triangle. Not even working. Why do I need such a big nozzle? Like, why would I need such a big Russian nozzle for such a tiny thing? Like, why wasn't it made in a small nozzle like that? Again, I don't have a purpose for it. Honestly, do you know, if I don't have a purpose for it, I'm making a worm. Maybe that's what. Hey? Like, no, man. So, I find this extremely funny. I really do. I find it super, super funny. Because, why? I suppose, so let's just zoom out a bit and then you can see all of them. Okay. So, I do find this very funny though. I do find it funny. Because, I mean, it's you go in there, you go, oh, this is a nice nozzle. Let's try using this nozzle. I'm trying to go, there we go. Trying to find, you know, something new and exciting and stuff like that. I'm super stoked about these. These are definitely ones that I'm going to definitely use going forward. I do, however, I mean, I think between these two, doing it like this, where you almost do it like the bell nozzle. So if you've seen me do the bell nozzles, you twist and turn them, and then you get this beautiful frilly kind of look. And like, these can be used straight up, or you can actually twist and turn them, which is really nice. And you get, you know, a nice pattern. With both of them, you'd be able to do the same thing. Where's that other one? No, not that one. Not this one. Where's the other one? The orange. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I want to just actually have a look to see if we do it a twisty turn. If we turn it. Yeah, you see. Oh, no, let go. It's not letting go. But it'll work if you do the twisty turny thing. So it'll also give you that nice, you know, different kind of effect, which I think is super. Let's just do it one more time. Yeah, so that's nice. I like that. That I like. I can deal with that. And I honestly, between these three new nozzles, I definitely don't feel like I've wasted my money. What are they, like 40 Rand a nozzle for one? Oh, 40, I think. Yeah, 40 or 50 Rand a nozzle. So I don't feel like I've wasted my money, but I do feel that, you know, thank goodness my husband bought this from overseas, where he paid next to nothing for them, because this is a lot of nozzles that will never be used and can never be used, because they just, yeah, there's no purpose to them. Absolutely no purpose to them, other than the few that, you know, you can use for grass and make flowers out of and stuff. But anyway, so that was me. That is me for today. this was really just, let's test out the new nozzles and have a look at the nozzles that I do have that I don't use, and I wanted to see exactly why I don't use them. And now we know why I don't use them, because they don't have a purpose. What is the purpose? I mean, no, there's just no purpose to that. I don't feel it nice. I don't think it's nice. I don't know what the purpose of this one is, or that. These two are basically the same. This is supposed to have a star. You don't even see the star. So this is with stars, that's with circles. So you just don't see it. So my thing is that just a little advice, whether you are an amateur home baker, whether you bake for, just baking for your family, a keen baker where you bake for your family and no one else, like I used to originally, or if you're starting out, just be aware of what's out there. Don't just go buy stuff because it looks cool, and then when you go and use it, there's absolutely no purpose to it. I actually have a multitude of things in my baking cupboard that I need to actually go through and check out because I just don't use them. And unfortunately, a lot of it is stuff that my husband bought for me, thinking that it would be cool and funky, and it landed up being a one-time thing. But which is great to try it out once and see what it does, but it's a lot of money to just try it out once. You kind of, if you're going to do it, like, I feel like if you're going to do baking as a business, definitely start out with stuff that is going to sell and will definitely work. I mean, to do stuff, like I'm at the point where we're trying new things and different things and stuff like that to be able to offer different things and try out new things. But if you're starting out, you get the basics, because the basics can have multiple uses. So Friday's stream was meant to be on. I've had to change what I'm doing for Friday's stream. Well, kind of. So I had an order for Friday, it's been postponed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I was going to do on the cake on Friday, because it's showing, but I'm going to do it the same way as I've done here, where you can use different nozzles and how you can use. So I think I'm going to basically say my top 5 nozzles that I use all the time and what I can do with them. So that's what I'm going to do Friday. The 5 that I literally constantly use, because I can get more than one pattern out of just one nozzle. I have multiple uses out of one nozzle. So that's what I'm going to do on Friday. So it's similar to what I was going to do, but not so much anymore, because my Friday was meant to be about the order, and then now the order's been postponed to next week. So the order might not land up going onto YouTube. But I'm going to do the whole point was the different style nozzles. So that's what I'm going to do. What you can get out of. So I'm going to do my top 5 favorite nozzles, and the different techniques you can use with just those 5 nozzles, and the different things that you can do with just those 5 nozzles. So yeah, pretty much a similar situation this week. It's nice to see what each nozzles, all the nozzles can do. So you can make an informed decision. For me, you have a look, like you watched me. Now you can go, oh, I like that one. I'm going to go find it. I like that one. I'm going to go find it. I like that one. I'll make sure I avoid those when looking for nozzles, because they're out there. They're in the, because I can guarantee you, if you go and buy that pack of 12 or 20 or whatever Russian nozzles from Chinatown or whatever, and you're going to go, oh, what a good deal, and you're going to go there, and guaranteed half your box is going to be of these nozzles that you can't use. So what's the point? Really, what is the point? You really do want to be able to make your money, buy, get your money's worth and buy something that actually you're going to use. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, guys, now I'm just waffling on and talking nonsense straight to the thing. I see there's like 5 people watching me. I don't know who you are. I wish you would say hello and make a comment so that I know you're there. I know you're there because it says that there's 5 of you watching, but it's very different to streaming on Twitch where people are actually chatting. So if you are a regular follower and you do come into to watch my live on a regular basis, please do me a favor. Please make a comment so that I know that you're there and so that I can say hi. Just even if it's just a little wave so that I know that you're there. In fact, if you do come into my live and you do say hi and chat a little bit, and you are in the area, inside in Cape Town, South Africa. Yeah, in Cape Town, as long as you're in Cape Town, not the Western Province, Cape Town. Yeah, if you come in, chat to me, and you're online for at least 30 minutes or so, I will. But you need to chat to me. You need to be commenting and chatting, so that I know, not just watching me, actually chat to me and stuff like that. I will pop you 100 Rand voucher for you to order something online from my e-commerce baking shop. So yeah, if you do that, but you got to chat to me and you got to be online for a little bit, not just a hello and disappear. No, so yeah, that's what the terms and conditions are. So if you're somebody, I know there's a lot of people who are watching reruns. But yeah, I'm trying to get my numbers up for live. So yeah, so if you come in for 30 minutes or more and you're chatting to me the whole time, I will possibly, more than likely, definitely send you a voucher for $100 that you can buy something from, a voucher. If you spend 150 Rand or more on my e-commerce site, you'll get 100 Rand off. So yeah, let me know, because I need you to chat to me so that I know that you're there, so that I can pick up your name to be able to send you a voucher. Okay, so anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's session. Friday is going to be very much the similar kind of thing, but with my top 5. Yeah, and yeah, hopefully you'll have a fantastic Wednesday. It's hump day. It's almost the weekend. Hope you're staying warm if you are in South Africa, because it is kind of icy and cold. And I'll see you Friday. Bye, guys.